Lady Musgrave, and this is, you know, there's quite a tourist thing here going, and this is an interactive board here. They've made nice coral paths everywhere, and then when we come in here we'll see all the noddies nesting. Yeah, there's a couple of noddies in this tree. There's not many here at the moment, obviously not really the nesting season, and they're a bit late coming ashore, you know. They roost here at night. They're all out there feeding now. There's a couple nesting. They just put a bit of, God, I don't know, it's like a little nest there, and put one egg in it, and the pair of them look after it. Here's a noddy, and he's looking for nesting material. Great place to come for a walk, just to see a few noddies, and there aren't many here at the moment. Obviously they've all flown. This is usually packed in the evening when I come ashore, you know, after at sunset. Basically I think all the noddies come back here after they've been feeding and roost for the night, but they've all gone. Everybody's gone. All the noddies are gone, and just the ones that are left are the ones that are, there's a few early ones here that are nesting early, obviously, so they're getting their nests ready. But in another month this will be absolutely packed with noddies nesting. There's just quite a few just up there getting their nests ready. You see them fly up occasionally with a leaf. Nice little word. There you go. I don't know what that is. We'll find out. Go back and have a look in our bird book. Looking out at the reef. Just see the waves breaking out on the outer reef, on the fringing reef out there. It's a very calm day today. That if that was blowing hard, that'd be a mass of white out there. But the you know, when I came here, the swell was probably only ½ a metre. Yeah, the island's made up on an ancient piece of coral bommy, obviously when the sea was a lot higher. When I come back, probably if I come back at the right time, which is towards Christmas, this is full of turtles nesting. They climb up this shingle bank here and onto the top, and they nest just on the fringe of the trees. So you can see all the way through here is where they nest. It's all bumpy. It looks like little craters everywhere. It looks like a bomb's hit the place, but it's where all the turtles nest. This is the light tower on Lady Musgrave. There's a light on the top there and the solar panels there to keep the batteries charged. I paddled ashore in my trusty Audi canoe. I blew it up just to about pop range, and I've come in, and when I get back I'll deflate it before it does pop in the sun. Yeah, looking into the sun. You should be able to see my boat out there. I'll zoom in a bit. It's just there somewhere. It's a fair paddle back to the boat, and I get my heart rate up, which is good. Off in the canoe, paddling back. Try a different one. A bit wobbly there. I'm going to try. If that's any steadier. Off back to the boat now, about halfway. There's the island. Sailors, they put 2 moorings in just off the island, which are for 10 meters in 24 knots and 9 meters in for catamarans. They look all right. So if you're lucky to get one, though, you can't rely on getting one of those moorings, you know, because there only are 2. And when I came in, they were used by campers that had their tinnies on them. So they've got 2 of those, and I think they've got 5 moorings. And when I came in yesterday, there wasn't a mooring available in the afternoon. Is basically when you would actually arrive at this place. Yeah, they have these witches' hatches in line across the island here. And you can't anchor any closer than this to the island. It says marine parks, no mooring inside this line. And I won't show you the others because I can't anyway, but they're all across. There are a line of these across there, and I'm anchored probably 100 meters past this buoy here. There's Artemis. There's quite a bit of shipping in this area, you know, along the reef, and here's 2 just crossed each other, and they're on the western side of Lady Musgrave, or the land side. I believe that one's an LNG tanker there, and I think he's filled up in Gladstone and he's heading somewhere. He's coming through here and off out. Basically, there's the channel out to the wherever he's going through the reef. He can go out there without a pilot. Lady Fairfax Island to the north of us. It's a preservation zone. You're not allowed to go there anymore. Went there once before, and it's got quite a nice little sandy beach and little lagoon, very shallow. And you can see quite a few if you go swimming out there, you can see quite a few bomblets out there where they used to use it in the war as a bombing range. Well, I've decided it's a lovely day today, and I'm going to go to Fitzroy Reef. And before I go to Fitzroy Reef, you know, I'm going to spend half an hour now doing the planning. And it's pretty easy to get there. It's just straight along the coast, but if shit hits the fan or something, I need to have some alternatives and places to go. So I'm going to program my Raytheon chart plotter now, and put in the marks for the safe entry, you know, the safe arrival at Fitzroy Reef, and just check all the way along on my rum line that I'm not going to hit anything. So if if there's something on the rum line that I'm going to hit, I'll put another mark in, So I'll do a route then, so I'll go from one mark to the next and then on to Fitzroy Reef, so that I miss the coral on the way. And I don't always stick to exactly the route, because I might be, I generally put these in a conservative point, on the thing, because it might all of a sudden come blowing the clappers, and I just want to be plenty of distance off in case something fails and I've got time to react. Right, so I'll go and start plotting in here now and put it all in, and we're off to Fitzroy Reef. First thing I've got to do is pull the chain up, and that might sound easy, but there's 50 meters of chain there, and so basically the first thing I do is I'll lower the centerboard and or the keel, and I'll put the rudder down, and then when I've done that I'll put the engine, just knock it into gear. That gives it a little bit of push forward, and I'll start pulling in the chain. At the front there, I've got two ropes. I've got the silver rope, which is attached to the anchor. I've got about 30 meters in the anchor locker here, and I've got a nylon snubber, which is actually taking the weight, which stretches a lot more. So the nylon snubber, I always put that on. It's getting a bit old now, but it's all right, and it works. And I'm gonna get all this lot untied and into the locker before I put the engine in ahead, because there's not much wind. And then I'll pull me 50 meters of chain. When you're pulling your chain up and you need a rest, pull your chain up. I've got this hook, and it's basically what do you call it? The trailer winch. So just put that in there and let it go, and then it stays there, and it's pretty strong and everything, and so you can have a rest, or when the boat surges and you can't hold it, whip it on there, and then you can have a rest, wait till the boat gets in its right position again and start pulling. Well, I've knocked the boat into the so basically all I'm doing is pulling up the chain from the bottom, which is 7 meters down. There's no wind today, so this is pretty easy. Blowing 20 knots is a different game. Got to use this thing in 20 knots, and you've got to have a rest, because it'll surge over there or there, so then you can't take it off. Move the old chain around a bit. Getting heavy. Pull the chain, take the anchor off the bottom. I need a rest. Well, I have another go now. There's the chain. There's the anchor. Just put this thing on it and let it go a bit, and it just stays there until I tie it up. Got this rope at the front. Got this rope here at the front. Tie that round the anchor and secure it well, so that hits a wave, it can't jump up and smash me boat. Well, I'm a bit puffed now, and off we go. You can see there's a bommy in front, so I've got to turn before that and head out. There's all the chain in the anchor locker. Yeah, this boat's come from Brisbane and come up here, and he's on the mooring there. It's opened up to these guys to come up from you know, up to the Lady Musgrave, because you know he's got a stainless steel anchor on there, and he generally spends all his time in the marina, so he feels that he can come here now because they've got these nice moorings, so you know, he can hang on one of those whatever happens, and his boat's going to be safe. You know, before that he wouldn't dream. That's another one come from the Gold Coast. He's got about 8mm chain on that and a very small anchor winch, so you know he wouldn't normally come in here and anchor, but with a mooring he's perfectly all right to come in here now. So that's opened out, you know, these moorings have opened it up for the motorboaters. This one's got a decent anchor winch on it, and he can anchor anywhere, you know, and he doesn't need a mooring, but you know, he's just using it for convenience. Yeah, it's a busy time for me trying to get the sails up and coming out the lagoon here, so I'll film the coming out the channel. That's the marker where the bommy is on that one there, so that's your isolated danger mark there, and you've got to go around that green one there. So just going to try and get the jib on before I get there, because no, I won't. I'll just film it, concentrate on filming it going out. As you can see, it's low tide now, and that coral's basically only, you know, 6 inches under the water there, maybe a foot. Here's your gannets. Here we go. We're heading out now, out through the entrance. Over there is your green mark. There's 7.3 meters of water here at low tide. And your port mark there is really right on the edge of the coral. Both of these are, you know, you are 5 foot onto the coral, so you need to come out of here. Basically, if you're in a catamaran, crack in the middle, so that gives you a little bit of leeway. But it's, you know, it's pretty wide here. That's, you know, 40 meters wide at least, probably 50. So, you know, but any boat can come in here. You know, 8.7 at low water here, in the middle of the channel coming out. And basically you want to carry on straight out for at least 150 meters, because there are bommies right out to the National Park buoy. Looking out the channel, driving out the channel, looking back at Lady Musgrave and the fringing reef. Yeah, this is the National Parks buoy, and that's it within relation to the entrance. Just past the entrance, and I'll be using that if I come this way, and I'm a bit late getting here. I'll hang on there for the night.